Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of these players that, in my opinion, was going to take the Kobe Bryant, the Dirk Nowitzki, the Larry Bird, the Magic Johnson type of trajectory, meaning started getting drafted in one franchise, going all the way, working super hard to set the culture for the franchise, winning championship and putting that franchise back on the map. And he's definitely done that with the Milwaukee Bucks because he earned them their second championship. And in fact, it was the first championship in 50 years for the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's definitely put the work in, right? Giannis was drafted in 2013 and he got better every year. It was no drama free for 10 years, which is very rare in this era. And he gave them their second ring, just like I said. He's also a 7-time All-Star. He won MVP twice, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP. So he's put the work in for the Milwaukee Bucks. But it's been pretty strange because every summer I want to say Giannis Antetokounmpo has had this kind of weird declarations that kind of come out of nowhere, like him entertaining super teams, saying that he wouldn't be against the super team as long as the superstar player would come and join him. That was like 2 years ago. Then this summer he came out and he said that he was going to have a discussion with the team, and if everyone wasn't on the same page, he wouldn't sign. That was like a month ago. And now he was on the 48 Minutes podcast, and he came out saying that if there is a better situation for him to win, he would have to take that better situation. And what's very interesting about that one is, first of all, this is as direct as you can be. This is definitely a pressure play for the team, or he might be 100% honest, because for those of you that don't know, Giannis is eligible for an extension this September. So this month, by the end of the month, he should sign that extension. I haven't done the research to look up the money, but it's going to be something crazy, right? We see Jaylen Brown worth $300 million with the contract that he just signed, what AD just signed. So Giannis will be in the $300 millions also, right? But granted, he is signed through year 24-25. So the Bucks have no, risk of losing him for nothing. But still, like, that's pressure. Like, they have like 15 days for Giannis to sign, or that pretty much tells us that he's out the door. And if he actually meant these words, that it's about having a better situation for him to win, then I gotta say it's plenty of better situation for him to win in the NBA. Here's why. What would be a better situation for Giannis? That would be a team that would have a better number two than what he currently has. So depending on who you're asking, it's either Jrue Holiday or Chris Middleton. But Chris Middleton, we know that he's been up and down ever since he came back from injury. But still, even if you take the best version of Chris Middleton, a player that I respect, right, is best case scenario a low top 20 guy. Meaning that's like 15 to 20 guys better than him in the NBA. Also, Giannis Antetokounmpo is, if not the best player in the world, he's top 3 at the worst. And that's if you're hating. Meaning that if he joined a team, the current number 1 would automatically become the number 2, unless he's joining like Nikola Jokic. So having a better number 2 is pretty easy for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo's value is only 28 years old, and he has no real injury history. Like, he'll get hurt here and there just like everyone, but, he's not an injury-prone player. So 28 years old, drama-free, 6 or 7 foot, whatever, super strong, good mentality. So his value is super high, super high. So it's going to take a lot to get him, especially since the Rudy Gobert trade kind of fucked up the market. So the only thing that's kind of risky is that unless he's waiting to become a free agent, if it has to happen through trade, that kind of limits the teams that would be able to go and get him and still keep the same depth or enough depth for him to compete for a championship. Because that era of just having, superstar duos, even if it's 2 top 5 players, if you do not have depth, you won't win. And a better situation will also mean a better coach. And his new coach is a rookie head coach, if I'm not mistaken. So I can see Giannis really being out the door or being on the trade block And that would be crazy. That's something that I did not foresee coming. And it's a few situations that I can see that make sense now, because just like I said, it's going to have to be a team for it to make sense, for it to be win-win. It's going to have to be a team who have a player of such high caliber that you can pack this player, maybe one role player and a little bit of draft capital to get Giannis. So you got the Lakers, because you can trade AD or LeBron. I don't think LeBron James is getting traded, but AD would be as high as you can get. Well, you never get, equal compensation when we're talking about top 5 players getting traded, right? But AD, like that's a real deal. So you get AD, you give them a few role players, and the Lakers don't have a lot of draft capital, so it's gonna have to be 2 or 3 players, and then you have LeBron and Giannis on the same team. So that's possible now. That's a long shot, but that's possible. The Knicks have a lot of draft capital. They are trying to get off the Julius Randle's contract and everything. So maybe the Knicks can be a player. The Warriors could be a player. Obviously, you keep Steph, but you might be out there and be like, okay, it's time to break off that trio. I'm giving you Draymond and Clay plus some young players. And you give us Giannis, and we could look at potentially Stephen Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo breaking hell on the league. Maybe the Sixers try and, they've been holding on to Tyrese Maxey, but maybe they'll be like, we'll give you James Harden, we'll give you Tyrese Maxey, and we'll give you draft compensation. And now the Sixers end up with Giannis and Joel Embiid. Like, I could see that trade happening. I really could see it if Giannis sees a better situation. But I don't think he meant that literally, though. I think he just wants the team to improve, and if the team makes some improvements, he'll stay. That's my call. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video right here. What I want you guys to do now is get in the comment section and give me your thoughts. Do you believe Giannis is for real? Do you believe he should want out? And do you believe, and if he actually went out, on what team does he end up on? And appreciate you guys for checking me out. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.